All right, perfect. Starting off now, we will look into all the exam kit sums of the first chapter here in this particular reading and get a strong understanding about that. So, looking here, let's look into this. First question here, which of the following statement is correct? When we look into the first question that they're asking, which of the following statement correct? It's a true or false type answer. So which of the following are correct? So firstly, strategic information is mainly used for by senior management. Absolutely right. So this is definitely right here. That strategic is used by the long term. Second, productivity measurements are examples of tactical information. तो यहाँ पे आप दूसरों का परफॉर्मेंस खुद मेजर कर रहे हो आप, तो आप खुद नहीं कर रहे हो, बस आप दूसरों का परफॉर्मेंस मेजर कर रहे हो ताकि आप देखोगे कि जो ऑपरेशनल लेवल वाले हैं वो लोग कैसा काम कर रहे हैं. So productive measurements are basically you looking into the performance of the operational level. So that is again a tactical level information, absolutely, because you need the information of the lower people, the operational people. Second, operational information is required frequently by the main users. True, you need daily and weekly. तो ज़्यादा डिटेल चाहिए और ज़्यादा frequently में चाहिए और ज़्यादा accurate होना चाहिए, तभी आप काम कर पाओगे. तो all the three are right here. Okay, strategic is mainly used by senior. Absolutely. S for strategic, S for senior, S for summarized. S for strategic, S for senior, S for summarized. It has to be senior summarized. Productivity measurements है. This is tactical middle level पे चाहिए. Lower level की performance कैसे जा रही है. Operational information जो lower level का वो frequently चाहिए और accurate होना चाहिए, detailed होना चाहिए. तभी लोग अपना काम easily कर पाएंगे. That is the first one. Moving on to the second question here. क्या बोल रहे हैं? Renegades role. So the question is, they're asking around Renegade's role. So Renegade is the manager of the production department M, right? He's responsible for the production department in a factory which has 10 other production departments. There are 10 production departments. He is responsible for one. Okay. So he receives monthly information that compares planned and actual performance. So he compares planned and actual performance. Very important. What does he do? He compares planned and action performance. He compares planned and actual expenditure. So he receives monthly information that compares planned and actual expenditure for the Department M. After Department M, all production cost goes into other factory departments to be completed prior to be dispatched. After after Department M, all production goes into other factory departments to be completed prior to the dispatch being dispatched to consumer. Decisions involving purchase assets items in Department M are not taken by Renegald himself, right? So he doesn't take the decisions involving purchasing the asset items in Department M. So which of the following is the role in Department M, right? So he is responsible only for cost. अगर आप देखोगे यहाँ पे he is only responsible for the cost, right? So यहाँ पे he is not responsible for anything around revenue only, right? Cost center में खाली cost देखता थे. Revenue center में he is only responsible for revenue. Profit center जो हमने पढ़ा था उसमें आप revenue के लिए भी responsible हो, cost के लिए भी responsible हो. और इन्वेस्टमेंट सेंटर में क्या था, आप रेवेन्यू के लिए भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो, कॉस्ट के लिए भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो, असेट के लिए भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो. ठीक है, वंस अगेन कॉस्ट सेंटर में क्या होता था, यू आर ओनली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर कॉस्ट. रेवेन्यू सेंटर में क्या होता था, यू आर ओनली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर रेवेन्यू. प्रॉफिट सेंटर में क्या होता था, कॉस्ट एंड रेवेन्यू बोथ यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल. इन्वेस्टमेंट सेंटर में क्या होता था, रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर कॉस्ट ऑल्सो, रेवेन्यू ऑल्सो, असेट्स ऑल्सो. रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ऑल ऑफ देम. Okay, so Renegade is the manager of production department M. He receives monthly information that compare the expenditure for the department M. After department M, all production goes into other factory departments prior to being sent dispatched to customers. Decision involving purchasing asset items. Now see, asset item नहीं है तो investment center हो ही नहीं सकता है, क्योंकि investment center में आप asset item भी decision ले सकते हो. तो यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहे हैं, खाली एक ही information इसके पास आ रहा है, उसको एक ही information मिल रहा है, and that has given expenditure related information. तो he is only responsible for this. ठीक है, उनको एक ही इंफॉर्मेशन मिल रहा है, और इज द मोस्ट पावरफुल लाइन दैट गिव्स अवे द आंसर. ठीक है, उनको एक ही इंफॉर्मेशन मिल रहा है, और कौन सा इंफॉर्मेशन मिल रहा है, कॉस्ट रिलेटेड. मतलब उनको उसी से लेना देना है. ठीक है, तो जब सिर्फ कॉस्ट से लेना देना होता है आप कॉस्ट मैनेजर होते हो. कॉस्ट सिर्फ रेवेन्यू से लेना देना होता है आप रेवेन्यू मैनेजर होते हो. कॉस्ट और रेवेन्यू दोनों से लेना देना होता है आप प्रॉफिट मैनेजर होते हो. कॉस्ट, रेवेन्यू और असेट से लेना देना, तीनों से लेना देना होता है आपका, तो आप इन्वेस्टमेंट मैनेजर हो. तो यहाँ पे उसको सिर्फ एक्सपेंडिचर का इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल रहा है उनको, तो ही इज अ कॉस्ट मैनेजर. हाँ हाँ. हाँ श्योर. हाँ हाँ नहीं, उसमें किया हुआ एग्जाम किट, मैम वैसे पढ़ाते हैं। वो क्वेश्चंस करा करा के पढ़ाते हैं, तो उनका वो स्टाइल है। शी डजंट गो लाइक थियरी प्रैक्टिकल। वो प्रैक्टिकल कराते कराते उसमें थियरी करा देती है। ठीक है, तो आप देखो कि बाय डिफॉल्ट आपका होते रहेगा उसमें। नहीं, ओनली स्टडी अब कराती है मैम। हाँ, जहाँ तक मेरे को ध्यान है मैम का सिर्फ स्टडी अब का है, बट देख लेना आप एक बार, क्या लेट मी नो ऑल्सो। जहाँ तक मेरे को ध्यान है मैम का स्टाइल है ओनली गो स्टडी हब और कपलान एग्जाम किट फॉर सर्टेन टॉपिक्स, तो उसका मिक्स रहेगा। रहेगा तो स्टडी हब एंड कपलान। ओके, क्योंकि मेनली शी जस्ट गोज ओपन द स्टडी हब एंड देन वहां से सीधा सम्स, और सम्स के उधर ही थियरी रह जाती है, थियरी कराया उधर ही 5 क्वेश्चन थियरी, 5 क्वेश्चन थियरी, 5 क्वेश्चन। दैट्स हाउ शी गोज। तो उनका एक्सेल फाइल और इनका इनका नहीं रहता है, तो आई थिंक इट शुड बी ग्रेट। मेनली स्टडी हब रहेगा, थोड़ा चैप्टर्स में यू विल सी कपलान ऑल्सो, जस्ट लेटिंग यू नो। ओके, cool. Let's get into the next question here. Which of the following statement is not correct? We are looking into which of the following statement is not correct. So we'll go all the statements line by line. Cost accounting can be used for inventory valuation to meet the requirements of internal reporting only. Okay, so internal and external reporting दोनों में use हो सकता है. It's not necessary that cost accounting is only for internal reporting. That is why this is the wrong answer. Okay, it can be used for internal also, external as well. Okay, internal also and external as well. So internal reporting is what makes this sentence wrong, right? So it can be for external as well as internal, not just internal. Next, we look into fourth question here. Which of the following statement relate to financial accounting or to cost and management accounting? So financial accounts are historical records. Okay, सबसे पहले we will see financial records are historical. और वो मेरे को एक बार उसका फोटो भेजना है अभी, जहाँ पे उन्होंने बोला है कि ये वैलिड नहीं है आईडी। कोई ईमेल आया है या कैसे? हाँ, वो एक बार स्क्रीनशॉट लेके बस मैं वो या फोटो ही ले लो आपके कैमरा से और मेरे को एक बार भेज देना ना। मैं एक बार चेक कर रहा हूँ एक और लर्निंग पार्टनर से, तो इसलिए वो बोले कि आप भेजो क्या है। एग्जैक्टली exactly. हाँ, वही वही वही। हाँ, वो एक आईडी मेरे को एक बार उसका जो उनका रिप्लाई आया वो भेज दो मेरे को। Okay, moving on to the fourth question here. Which of the following relate to financial? Which are correct? Which are wrong? Firstly, financial account relates to historical records, right? Financial relates to historical records. So is this statement correct? Is this statement wrong? So they are only asking for correct statement. This is definitely correct, that financial accounts are related to past data, historical data. Second, cost accounting is part of manage financial accounting. No, it is the base for management accounting, not financial. Right? It is the base for management accounting. So that is why two is wrong. Management account is for planning, controlling, and decision making. Absolutely. So one and three are right, because here cost management is the base for management accounting, not financial accounting. Next, which of the following statement is correct? So next, you are finding the correct statement. That firstly, qualitative data is generally non-numerical information. Okay, so obviously qualitative data is generally non-numerical information. That's why it's called qualitative and not quantitative. 5A definitely is the right statement. Information can only be accepted from external sources, not necessarily. Information can be from internal also. Operational information give detail from long-term planning. No, operational can give so short-term also, and it's very detailed, and it is also needed in the more frequency. Quantitative data is always accurate, not necessarily. It can be incorrect. Okay, so this is the right statement, that qualitative data is generally non-numerical information. Let's look at the next one. The manager of a profit center is responsible for which of the following? Profit center we saw is revenue and cost, right? Profit center we saw give us, yeah, revenue and cost. Okay, so यहाँ पे अगर हम देखें, so he is responsible for revenue and cost. जो investment वाला होता है, investment is responsible for revenue, cost and asset तीनों. Profit वाला is only responsible for revenue and cost. Okay, profit वाला is only responsible for revenue and cost. Is only responsible for revenue and cost. Okay, तो ये हो गया अपना sixth. Now let's look into the seventh one here. Which of the following would be best described as a short-term tactical plan? Okay, which of the following should be described as a short-term tactical plan? So which of the following should be a short-term tactical plan? Let's look into this. And which of the following is a short-term and a tactical plan? As we are looking into all the questions here, we read the options. Which of the following is a short-term tactical plan? First one, reviewing cost variance and investigate as appropriate. Okay, so that is looking back at what happened. Okay, planning means looking forward. तो ये backward देख रहा है. Reviewing the cost and variance. This is you are looking backwards after it's happened. It's not futuristic. Okay, so A is not. B, comparing the actual to the budget. Here also you're looking back at what actually happened. It's not about forward. Next, if you look into lowering the selling price by 15%, in the future, you're planning to lowering the selling price in the by 15%, right? It is a short term, it's a decision, it's a plan. Monitoring actual sales to budget. Again, this is backwards, right? So anything that is a short term tactical plan has to be forward looking, right? So lowering the selling price by 15%, right? It is a short term decision, it is a short term plan. Whereas A, B, and D, अगर आप देखो, are monitoring and they are looking back at what happened. Whereas planning is mainly about looking forward and making decisions. So that is why this is not the right answer. Next, prepared for internal use we know is management. Prepared yearly is no we know financial. Contains future information is again management. Okay, so if we look into here, two are management, internal use management, future information management. Yearly is this financial accounts. Okay, so management is made at however they want, whenever they want. Does not need to be made yearly. Okay, however they want, whenever they want, you can make it. Does not need to be yearly. Okay, next we look into which of the following refers to strategic planning. I told you strategic planning summarized and on top, right? We look into three S's were there: strategic, summarized, and senior management. Strategic, summarized, and senior management. We always remember it like that. So we look into Question 9, characteristics of strategic planning here. It is concerned with quantifiable, right? What is it concerned with? It is concerned with quantifiable and qualitative matters. Sure, there is no specificity. It is mainly undertaken by middle management in an organization. Obviously not. It is taken by the strategic level. It is concerned with long term. Absolutely. So ninth one is pretty straightforward. Right here, it is done by strategic level, not middle management. Next, the following information relate to a responsibility center. Okay. So in responsibility center, first topic of this chapter we had done that which of the following relates to responsibility center. First one, ROC suitable measure. We had spoken about yesterday, ROC versus ROI. Okay, cost centers are found in manufacturing but not in service. Yeah, more often than not, cost centers are found in the manufacturing organization. Very true. They only control the costs. The manager of a revenue center is responsible for both sales and cost. Yes, sales, we've seen this revenue center. He's responsible for both sales and cost part of the organization. तो यहाँ पे हमने पढ़ा था the manager of a revenue center. So we saw there were cost center, profit center, revenue center, and then there were investment center. Okay. So here he is responsible only for, right? The manager of a revenue center is only responsible for revenues, not for cost. Okay. He's responsible only for revenue, not for cost. Okay. कॉस्ट सेंटर्स आर फाउंड इन ऑल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस. तो ये वाला इसके लिए हो गया सर्विस और ये दे फाउंड इन ऑल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कॉस्ट सेंटर सब में हो सकता है, जरूरी नहीं है. इज फॉर बोथ प्रॉफिट एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट सेंटर. आरओसी हमने देखा था दैट इट इज मेनली employed is not suitable for a measure for a profit center as the manager does not have the responsibility. Is responsible suitable measure for both profit and investment center is a question here. Investment के लिए ठीक है but profit not sure. Manager of a revenue center is responsible for both sales and cost. So this is wrong. हमने देखा था revenue only sales है. ठीक है, रेवेन्यू ओनली सेल्स है. तो आरओसी हमने कल देखा था आरओआई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी वाला, तो वो जो था वो इन्वेस्टमेंट सेंटर के लिए ठीक है, प्रॉफिट के लिए ठीक नहीं, क्योंकि इसमें मैनेजर का कंट्रोल नहीं है. तो जिसमें मैनेजर रिस्पॉन्सिबल है वही रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सेंटर में हमको वही एस्पेक्ट चूज करने होते हैं. कॉस्ट सेंटर में हमने देखा है कि ये हर जगह हो सकता है, कि जरूरी नहीं है कि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में ही हो, सर्विस में भी हो सकता है, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में भी हो सकता है. क्योंकि जहाँ पे कॉस्ट है, जो भी खर्चे लगते हैं उसको आप क्लासिफाई करके कैटेगरी दे देते हो. तो वो कैटेगरी आप हर जगह हो सकती है, जरूरी नहीं है कि जहाँ मशीन हो वहीं हो. और सेल्स एंड कॉस्ट दोनों नहीं होता रेवेन्यू में. रेवेन्यू सिर्फ सेल्स देखता है. इन्वेस्टमेंट सेंटर सब देखता है, प्रॉफिट सेंटर दोनों देखता है, इन्वेस्टमेंट तीनों देखता है, बट रेवेन्यू सिर्फ एक देखता है. तो सभी गलत है. ठीक है, 10 हो गया अपना. ठीक है, लुक इनटू दिस.